What a fishing fans, it's your boy Madbear Angler. So in this video, I'm gonna walk you through on how to replace or install new bearings in your baitcaster reel. Let's do this. In this tutorial, I'm gonna replace both the side plate side, where you can find the brakes, and the tension knob side. Plus, we're gonna replace the plastic shims on the worm gear side. So both the plastic shims, we're gonna replace that with stainless steel bearings. Just in case you don't know how to put it back again, please refer to your reel schematic sheet. Alright, why do you need to watch this video? Number one, if you've been taking good care of your reels will last probably a lifetime. But inevitably, one of the first things that gets worn out first is the bearing. Number two, for performance, replacing your stock stainless steel bearings into ceramic bearings lessens the drag of the spool rotation whenever you make a cast. Therefore, it makes your casts farther and longer. Now, why replace the plastic shims on the worm gears? Since you're using plastic shims, chances are they will get worn out sooner or later because, well, they're made of plastic. Replacing the plastic shims of your worm gears into stainless steel ones, doesn't have to be ceramic, will make your cranking a lot smoother. Just a quick reminder though, if you're adding more bearings to your reel, you're adding more points of error. Depending on the type of bearing that you will be using for a plastic shim replacement, it may cause unnecessary noise in your reel. For me, it's absolutely fine, but if you're one of those anglers that they want their reel to be a lot silent, this may not be the one for you. Before we go into the tutorial, just a reminder that before you go buy your own bearings or like ceramic bearings, make sure you have researched. Each and every reel has different bearing sizes, so make sure you keep that in mind. Alright, let's get to it. For this video, we'll be replacing the bearings for the Daiwa Garuda. So you got your prying tools, you got your bearings, your replacement bearings, you got your screwdriver set, and first what you need to do is you need to take out the side plate. Now when opening the side plate, do not use any tools, you can just use your thumb, but never use metal on this one. Swipe it clockwise, pop it off, and that's the first bearing that you need to replace. Now, I normally use tweezers in this one, so what you need to do is you need to take out that metal retainer. Now before you do this, be careful when prying out the wire retainer because it will pop off and you don't want that. So yeah, just need to push it down. There you go. Take it out. Once you've taken out the wire retainer, you can now take out the bearing. Once you've taken out the bearing, you should see something like this. So what you need to do is to get your replacement bearing. In this case, I'm using a full ceramic bearing. Pop it in place and put the wire retainer back. Just be careful. Like so. And there you have it. You just replace the side plate side. Alright, the next thing that you need to do is disassemble your reel so you can have access to the tension knob side and the worm gear side. The next bearing that you want to replace is this bearing over here, which is covered by a bearing retainer. What you need to do is you need to use a flathead screwdriver, pry the bearing retainer out so it will reveal the other bearing. Once you've done it correctly, it should look something like this. Alright, you can go ahead and take the bearing out so you can replace it with the one that we have. Once you're done, go ahead and place the bearing retainer so it will hold the bearing in place. Once you're done, it should look something like this. The next thing that we need to remove is we need to remove the C-clip retainer there so we can have access to the plastic shims for the worm gear. You should see some gaps in the C retainer. What you need to do is using a very small flathead screwdriver, pry the sharp edge in and then try to pry it out. Once you've taken out the C-clip, you can now go ahead and pry out this gear over here. Once I've taken out that specific gear, using a small Phillips screwdriver, you should have access to these screws for the face plate. So you can have access to the T-wing system, so you can dismantle the entire worm gear. Once the screws are taken out, side plate should slide like this. Once the faceplate is out, you should have access to the T-wing system. Now, using a prying tool, carefully unscrew this portion over here so you can have access to the line pole pin, so you can remove the entire worm gear altogether. Like so. With the line pole pin out, you should now have access to the entire worm gear. Last thing you need to do is you need to take out that C-clip retainer there so you can have access to the plastic shim. The other plastic shim should be right here. Once you've taken out the C-clip retainer, you can now take out the plastic shim off the worm gear. You may go ahead and replace it with the bearings that you have. First, insert the first bearing here, add the 2 metal retainers, and lock it in place with the C-clip retainer. Now that side's done, what you need to do is get your main chassis, insert the worm gear back, next get your second bearing, and attach it there, like so. Don't forget to put a dab of oil for good measure. Once done, just reattach the line pole pin, the front cover, the gears, put your reel back together, and enjoy. Alright, so what do you guys think? Are you using ceramics for your spool bearings? Comment down below, boys and girls. If you want to know more about the Daiwa Garuda, the reel that was shown in this video, check out Fishing Villa's official Facebook page. I'll put the link in the description down below. For the bearing sizes shown in this video, I'll put it in the description down below for your reference. Don't forget to click on like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget to click on that bell notification icon so you won't miss on any episodes. Alright, so once again, I'm your boy Mad Bear Angler. Peace, tight lines. Till next fishing video, stay safe and take care. Yeah.